Oh, my thingy fell off.
Your puff?
My little puff ball. Excuse me, Mr. Puff. Hey everyone, I'm Sammy.
Hi everybody, I'm Lindsay.
And welcome to everyone's favorite BL podcast,
BL Buddies!
Woo, woo, woo. So this episode, we are going to be talking about the changing landscape of BLs. All BLs, everything BL in general. And essentially, I think it came from the fact that, we started watching and reading ages ago, and we've seen the changes, both good and bad, of like what we enjoy, what we don't enjoy, and things like that. Things that I like seeing the changes, and other kinds of things. I think my biggest thing that has changed is the amount of BL content coming out of other countries.
Yes.
Because I feel like for years
it was just like Thailand.
All we had was Thai BLs.
Right.
To see visually moving pictures, I guess, is like, that kind of thing. But like, we consumed BL like books, manga, that kind of stuff prior through all Japan.
Yep. My first BL manga was Sekichi Hazuki.
My Japanese. First ever experience with the concept of BL,
like 2007.
No, it was even earlier.
No, that was
I know it was in high school.
Oh.
And I didn't realize there was a thing, like a term for it, really. Was I read, my two friends in high school were obsessed with Supernatural. And I started getting into Supernatural. And they told me that they read fanfics about Supernatural. So I said, okay. And my one friend was like, I don't know if you're like, and I'm like, whatever, send me what I read anything at that point. And that's where I saw, the Winchester brothers going at it, and I was like, oh, incest. And I that was more in my head than the fact that it was two dudes. But so that was like my first intro into it, but I think I didn't really know what it was, and I didn't understand what I liked until I talked to you, and we kind of figured it out for me, I guess. Because I had consumed it, but didn't really understand where you're going. And I think I even asked you, hey, so where do you read these and watch these and all that? And that's how I started digging, and how I found Max and Tool and all that. And
then you introduced me to action BL, because I had watched a lot of anime and manga, which we've talked about on season 1. So
yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing.
It's really
that's
becoming mainstream.
Changed is that it's become more mainstream, which we're all very happy about, because it's again creating the normalizing and normalization of it, and we love is love. We believe love is normal, so let it be friggin' normal.
Yes.
And I just really like that. Korea, Taiwan, even China has started putting out more. They're still very not for the gays, but I feel like they're slowly they did the Untamed, but you can't really say it was a BL. In all actuality, the books are very much, but
it's a bromance.
But in the show, it's a bromance, and I think they had shows. I think
they have. There was a time that they had
the
kissing.
one which is it's called Addicted, and I think that was a Chinese one, because people are making comparisons from Addicted to this new Stay With Me thing. So my feeling is, but I thought that was part of the History series. I don't know. I have to dig. But I thought
for Untamed, there were a couple of Chinese BLs that actually did have kissing, and then they banned kissing.
Yeah, because I think Addicted got canceled or stopped simply because of that. But I don't know if I'm right about that. So don't. I'm not sure,
but I do remember someone doing something like a Chinese BLs through the years. And I thought at one point it was.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see where they go with this Stay With Me series. But yeah, like the fact that it's becoming such just a normal thing in so many countries, and we're getting all this content, I really am enjoying it. I just love. I love all things romance in general. Like, I write romance books. I consume romance novels. I consume romance, movies, TV. Like, it's my go-to of any kind of genre. I love. So, I'm excited to see all these new aspects that they're bringing through
also, they're really kind of pushing for change, a lot of the BLs in their own countries, because like Wedding Plan started with Papai and Sky's wedding, which it's not legal there still. Yeah. So they're kind of pushing for like those changes for the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah. In Asia, because I think Taiwan, we talked about Taiwan is the only country that's legal for marriage.
Yeah. I was rereading Love Tractor, and in it, the young one who's like the big bulky guy.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he's adorable.
The actor's really cute. He's like 20.
Yeah, he's 20, and and in the manga they mention in the manhwa that he wants to get married. He wants to marry him and everything, but in the manga, he says, I can't. He's like, I want to live with you, but I can't marry you. And it's because he doesn't want to leave Korea. He wants to, he's a farm boy. He wants to stay at his farms. And him understands, Yul understands that. And he's like, okay, that's fine. Like, we won't get married. We'll just be living together and all that. And they wear, they wear the couple, they wear the couple rings and everything like that. They're essentially married. But I do like that they
rights of being married.
I like the fact that they're bringing it up and trying to get these things passed, because like it's just it's stupid. Just like let people marry who they want to friggin' marry. But yeah, Taiwan is the only country that does allow Asian country that allows gay marriage, and it should just be a friggin' right. Like, why are we even having this discussion in 2023? I think another thing that I like is for the most part, because I might catch heat for this, and it's fine by me. Thai BLs seem to stick to the toxicity thing.
They're not really moving away
from not that. There's some that do. There are some like Thai BLs that have steered away from being just this, horrible relationship and horrible starting point, building point, any kind of relationship. Right. I don't think they're ever going to get rid of the toxicity.
It's such a trope.
It is, but like, okay, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm all for morally gray. Yeah. Like, I like a morally gray character. Right. But when the morally gray thing doesn't revolve around the relationship, like, mafia dudes who fucking will kill a guy for looking at their boyfriend incorrectly,
right?
But not toxic to the boyfriend, not morally gray to the boyfriend. Like, there's still like some...
I think that was kind of one of the reasons why I wasn't a fan of In Love in the Air. I didn't like the beginning episodes of how Payu treated Rain. It was kind of fucked up. But then I thought Papai and Sky were so cute until I got to the first episode of their story, and then I went, okay, Papai is a dick. But then
But was he? Like, I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, he was. He asked. Payment. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I take it back.
But then you watch him, like, Sky doesn't
better himself.
Yeah, and then you watch him, like, fall over himself, and his playboy ways are gone because Sky was like his Sky. But and then like in the beginning, like, again, I just love Kim Porsche so much, but like
that was toxic too.
It was, and like Vegas Pete was fucking
Vegas Pete. I mean, Vegas Pete was Stockholm syndrome, if we're being honest.
But like Kim and Porsche, like, I think once they were in the woods and they saw each other's like at like their like weakest. I think there was character growth. It's when there's no character growth.
Yeah. And like that, what was that show that I absolutely hated?
Oh, I Long Night?
No. That one wasn't toxic. No, it wasn't I Long Night. It was
not
the other
friend.
No. Fuck. It was
during
like
I Long
benefits.
Night. It was I Long Night was out at the same time.
Yeah, Noah Luck something or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But it was Friends with Benefits, whatever. Yeah. That was like toxic to like they should not have ended up together. Yeah. Like they just were so shitty to each other.
Yeah.
It was mainly the one guy, sure. He was like the shittiest of the two.
Yeah, but you said you could not.
Yeah, it was like that was so and like, I've been watching the Korean BLs more. I've been binging Korean BLs. Like I'm on the Korean BL train.
Yeah.
And there's not in all honesty, I don't see any toxicity or like
it's
there's
like
not
lovers, it's like enemies to lovers, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, like they're rivals at work. Yeah. They're old friends who had a falling out. Yeah. I think the one that I will say was a little toxic, but like not even I can't even say it was toxic, but it was Starstruck, where he wasn't gay. And he got scared of his friend liking him.
Oh, he had the
gay panic kind of thing. But it wasn't. But like they got into a few fights, but it had nothing to do with
him being gay.
The relationship. Okay. Yeah, it was more so like he was mad that he didn't tell him things. Like
gotcha.
He didn't, whatever. And he slaps him at one point. But like it was a slap out of not that I condone slapping out of anger. But it was like he felt so hurt
that
I could like be like, okay, I get it. I get why you slapped him. Because your like friend just like basically lied to you, and I feel like that's another thing in the logic of like stereotypes of guys fight things out and then they're still friends at the end,
right?
Like, and by fight I mean throw punches, and then they're friends afterwards.
Yeah,
so like
true.
I
kind of wish women were more like
yeah, right? Can we just fight it out? Come on.
Slap you and be done.
Yeah, and then we just like go back to hanging out. So like I think that was a kind of a stereotype that I've seen like in, the male friendships of things, because even in Love Mate, which I liked, he slaps him.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I'm like, but I also understand why he did it. And I'm like, I don't condone slapping. I don't condone violence in that way. But like, I get where there's like a point where you're just so frustrated that you're like, stop being such a pain in my dick hole. So like, I get that. I get it, but I don't condone it. Yeah, like, he's in Love Me, he's getting frustrated because the kid keeps following him around, like essentially almost like kind of stalking him. But not in a creepy. God, this sounds like such a toxic thing, and it's not. I don't see it as toxic.
Watch it. I
guess. He wants him to know how he feels, because the one guy refuses to date while the other one is like, hey, I really like you, like just give me a chance. And he's like, I don't date. I don't believe in love. And so like he catfishes him into like going on a date. And when this kid shows up, he gets so mad because it's this kid that he's constantly said like, no, I don't date, and he slaps him.
Gotcha.
But shit, that is kind of toxic. Now that I think about it.
All right, going off, I also think some BLs are getting a little better at, not all of them, especially the first half of 2023.
Listen,
there's always the
exceptions.
But I feel like some BLs are getting better at putting NC scenes in there for emotional.
Yeah.
And not just to get ratings.
Yeah,
for people to watch.
That Friend is not one of those. Sorry.
They used that in their marketing.
No, they did. They really hyped up this like spice and like all, and it's like
no, just a toxic relationship.
No, it's just a horrible relationship that stemmed from like, you know what? Honestly, their relationship wasn't bad.
It was everything around them.
That was shitty. But like, I felt like there was no connection between them that made the NC scene make sense. Yeah. Like, that's what really bothered me about that one was like you pushed these NC scenes that weren't even really NC scenes.
Yeah, I like when NC scenes are actually part of the plot.
Yeah, 100%.
Like they're in there like strategically and not So I think some BLs are getting better with that.
Yeah. Like Love in the Air. I think Love in the Air was really one of the big Thai ones.
Yeah.
Specifically. Kim Porsche was good.
Love in the Air was a big one.
Those are the only two, like, NC, like, super
that
NC
made sense
that,
to
like,
me.
gave me the...
Yeah. Like, emotions from how they were connecting.
Yeah. And that's I think, a thing I like about the Korean BLs is they don't need the NC scenes for me to feel connected to their relationship, which is, like, I love. Because I feel like I think I said it in a previous episode of ours. I think people think all I want is straight porn. No. And it's not true. I like NC scenes when they make sense. I like love when there's
romance. Like, I giggle.
Yes, of course. Like
I am not, like, growing up with my family, I am not someone who gets flustered, but I will say, like, Kim Porsche and Love in the Air flustered me because there was so much emotion behind their scenes. But I was like,
yeah,
they're in a hot tub. I mean, the special episode of Love in the Air. I mean, in the conference room, and then the hot tub.
I love the conference room,
and then the hot tub. Yeah. And I'm like, my face got red, and I am not. I could read some really bad fan fiction, and I don't even my face doesn't even move.
No, yeah.
But you give me NC scenes with some romance and a reason, and I feel like Love in the Air and Kim Porsche have definitely done that.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think Korean dramas are getting better at
they're stepping it up.
Less plot holes.
Yeah.
Also, because we're gonna do a side series of plot holes, but I feel like a lot of them have been getting better at not creating so much plot hole. Like you're not confused. Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand where did this go?
Yeah, that's
where did this whole concept go?
Where did
the plot switch?
What happened to the plot of the movie? For Korean BLs, it's very much like, I don't know. It's, how do I describe it? Korean BLs are very much following the same growth
chart.
Literally growth chart of normal everyday K-dramas, but at a faster rate is what I feel like I've noticed, because really they haven't been putting out BLs for that long. No. They really started putting out the BL series in 2020.
Yeah.
And so, from what they were in 2020 to what they are now, they have grown exponentially in the way that they're, filmed, the way that the stories are told, all that kind of stuff, that I really do like how they've grown. And they are, progressing towards the spicier scenes, but even without that, I feel like the way they are now is very much how I first got into K-dramas, where I lose my shit the second their hands touch.
I mean, Semantic Error, when he pushed him into the couch.
You love that scene.
I was like, but the bar scene, you love the bar scene.
Oh, I love when they kiss. Yeah,
but
I'm gonna kiss you in a minute.
It really flustered me.
Yeah, and that's the thing is K-dramas when I first started K-dramas. That was, you had to wait till episode 8 for them to touch each other, and you're like, oh my fucking god, oh my god,
burn.
Yeah, epitome of slow burn. And the Korean BLs, I feel like, have, they're following that kind of thing, but they're like I said, they're moving at a faster rate, where they're getting more, I want to say risque, they're not, but when I say the eighth sense, the eighth sense very much, they kind of push the envelope a little bit on the spicy scenes.
I have to say, I'm interested to see how they do Why Are You, considering Fighter Tutor have a lot of spicy scenes. So I'm interested in how they're going to portray their relationship.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. To
because
do a remake. I feel like aren't they remaking another Thai BL?
Didn't we just talk about it? No, because Cherry Magic's Japan. I don't know. I know Why Are You is the biggest one that I've seen.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And I'm interested to see how they do it, considering, unfortunately, the Thai version was during COVID and they didn't finish it completely and everything. So I'm interested to see how they do it. But yeah, Fighter Tutor have some really spicy scenes. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see how
the Korean
is going to portray their relationship.
Yeah. That is an interesting, I would be interested to see that. But I think, like like I said, they've kind of stepped up their
spicy
game, but again, in a way that makes sense.
No way,
not Bed Friend. Like, I will reference Bed Friend as like the worst way to like advertise spicy scenes that like even lack.
Like, I feel like I'm excited for more Japanese, because it's so funny, because yaoi yaoi mangas are so raunchy that I'm surprised how subtle Japanese,
like the one I was just telling you about, where like I bought
like, I love Cherry Magic, but the kiss scene,
no, that was trash. That was trash. I'm excited to see the Thai one, the Thai version,
because I'm hoping it's not super raunchy.
Yeah,
because I did like the relationship in the building, and I hope the NC scenes in the Thai version of Cherry Magic is not like over. Yeah. Because I was excited for the kiss, and then in oh my god, what was the other one we just watched? The one with the photographer and the
shit.
We both just watched it.
Oh my god. Wait, we both just watched it?
I watched it. It was your I Want You to Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Color Paradox.
Like, their kiss
was
trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kiss with the eyes open.
Yeah.
And it was just like
the eyes open.
Pressing. There was no emotion.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping Japan starts following the K-drama kind of evolution.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a few new Japanese ones that have been coming out. I haven't seen, but like
I haven't seen any that like want me to make me watch.
Yeah, Jack Frost looked interesting, and there's one about a laundromat.
Oh, Minato's laundromat.
Yeah,
the second season just came out. I do need to watch the first one. I read that.
So like I want to see it, but like I've told you, like there's like that one, like The End of the World with You or something. That was like I felt wrong watching it. Like I felt like I was like very.
I forgot.
Like they were very going at it. Like it was.
I guess it's just the ones I'm watching.
I guess because you like, but like let's be real. Outside of Kin Porsche, you very much like the sweet. And gentle love stories.
That's why I love Love Tractor.
So, like, yeah, exactly. Like, Love Tractor was so freaking sweet and cute and gentle, and, like, him with him. Like, I totally get it, and I do enjoy those.
So, we have been trying to shoot in 4K on the camera, and apparently it overheated.
It's been overheating. It hasn't done that for quite some time, so apparently. So we have lunch. This is us coming back after lunch to finish filming
this episode.
Last thing we were talking about was how Lindsay tends to like the sweeter, romantic style.
Give me flustering.
Yeah, and I agree. That's why I like the K-drama ones, and why I've kind of almost really I don't watch many Thai ones anymore. Like if Thai could go back to being, or I don't even know if they were at any point just like straight sweet. I think they've had some. I think they've had some that I like. Like Ghost House.
Yeah,
was super sweet, but they also had spice, and it was beautiful. So like if they could continue like putting out shows like that
were less toxic,
that were like sweet romances, I think I would probably get more invested in Thai BL.
This should be our whole episode next week of problems with BL.
Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna have another topic, but I just really think
the landscape is definitely changing.
The landscape is changing. I like the way in which it is changing. Do I think Thai kind of needs to step up their game with that aspect? Yes.
Yeah.
I really feel like they're, at least lately, they are, in this last half a year that we've been like excited about Thai BLs. Like every single one that we've been excited about or interested in has like missed the mark for us because, it feels almost backwards compared to everything else.
Some of it was forced.
Yeah, forced
like
to.
There's a lot.
There's like I feel like they're trying to find these couples.
Yeah.
Like I think it was you had mentioned they're in in the Philippines. They have those team
teams that like stay together.
Love teams or whatnot. And I think, Thai kind of does follow that in an extent. Like, if a couple works, if a couple sells, they're together for like any show that they do.
Because I mean, Tool has officially retired from the industry,
and Max hasn't really come out with anything since Tool went to school.
No.
So
I feel like Manner of Death would be their last together. And I mean, go Tool, man, for getting his architecture degree and really wanting to focus on that.
Yeah.
But like we're like 10 years.
Yeah, and they
were only together.
And then you got Boone Prem.
Yeah.
The only shows they do together are them together.
I mean, if you think about it too, Mew Golf are no longer talking, and people are
mad that Mew is like moving on. Well, both of them are moving on.
Yeah, Golf's doing a lot of heterosexual like dramas and movies, and Mew is now doing like a cat, which is a Korean BL, so a Thai Korean BL convert like thing. But like people are pissed, and it's really kind of crazy. They're actors, and I feel like in Western, I guess we don't ship in Western culture.
I think we do, but we know that we allowed to separate the actor from the character. But I think in this kind of idea this is a moneymaker.
Yeah.
They know that these two are going to sell because they're together, so they keep them together.
Well, I mean,
and they essentially typecast them.
Look at Bright and Win. They're not doing a BL, but they got them together in F4.
And they even still do they do
stuff together.
Fan service like things, fan meets
even
together.
Though they're not in any BL. And
they're not in BLs anymore. They're not in any shows together now. Win is in that. Oh my god,
man, bulked up and those tattoos. That's all over my Instagram.
Yes, now. I will do whatever you say, sir. Shit.
All right, we're going off.
Yeah, but anyway,
back on track.
Yeah,
changing landscape. I'm excited to see where the rest of 2023 and 2024 takes us.
Yes,
in terms of how the BL
and I do hope that I hope Thai BLs kind of see what others are doing and kind of follow their. Listen. I like spice. I do. I like spice.
To make sense.
I want it to make sense, and I don't want it to be your selling point of a show.
Yeah.
Go by all means have that spice in there, but I don't want it to be how you're trying to lure me into a show.
Right, like Best Friend was like
Best Friend was like that. Playboy seems to be like that. Like that hasn't come out, but all the ads, all it is them porn. That's literally. And I'm just kind of like
sex out.
But what's the plot?
Yeah,
where is the plot?
What's actually the story about?
Where do we go?
But I don't know if that's just because we're older. We're like, give us
that could be it. That could be it. I mean, and everybody has their own opinions. Yeah. So you could like that there's no plot.
Yeah.
Hell, I read books that have no plot and I just read them for the smut.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. But I think in TV and media, I want a plot.
I want plot,
yeah. That's why I watch porn. Because it's 5 minutes of a plot and then just porn. No, okay? I want a story the entire time.
Google porn if you want porn.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, so that's what we think about how
the landscape of
BLs are changing and how we are looking forward to the changes.
The most rant episode ever.
Whatever. That's podcasts. We tend to. I feel like our podcasts are very different than other people's podcasts.
Yeah,
we have a structure, and then when we go off that structure, you get anxious about us going off the structure. But podcasts go off structure.
Yes.
I just want to say that. So we're allowed to go off structure.
Where are we going with this? We're not even talking about what we were talking about.
Are you kidding? Have you ever watched what's their podcast? Joe Santagato.
No.
Him and his buddy, the first 30 minutes is them just shooting the shit, talking about the most random stuff, and then the last 20 minutes are the actual topic that they meant to talk about. So I think we're doing okay in comparison. But they're pretty
because we're talking about what we're talking about, but we're just going off our topic.
Yeah, whatever. That's
all right, guys. Thank you for being here.
Yep,
Let us know what you think about the changing landscape in BL dramas.
Yeah, and if there's any, I don't know. Yeah, your thoughts. I can't. I got the itis from the food that I'm I can't think. But yeah, I just hope for the best in all spectrums of the BL world.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.